Honey, you are my shining star.
Bombastic side eye.
Don't you go away.
Criminal offensive side eye.
Oh, that's cute. And this is how men wish women would act once they get older. Actually, in most cases, women are more honest when they are younger than when they are older. Well, being fair. And let me explain this real quick. What I mean by this is that when women are on social media and even walking around, they will engage with other men, giving them attention, even sometimes becoming their best friend. Whereas they boyfriend are just there to look and take this all in and be okay with that. And I'm not saying a woman shouldn't have friends, but it should be a level of it not becoming too close. Because if it's flipped around, and if a man has a female best friend that he is always hanging with, always sharing good times with, she will get irritated, insecure, even a little hostile toward that relationship right there. And in a way, I understand. So let's begin. Welcome, my friends, to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video going on. I know I added a word there because I had a brain freeze. I forgot what to say next. Today's video is going to be, this is probably going to be part of my red flag series, and I wish I knew this when I was younger. And of course, this is easier said than done, especially if you are already in a relationship with a woman, because you kind of like, I mean, you already accepted her as she was already doing stuff. So it's kind of hard to turn her um, into a more respectful woman once you've been letting her get away with certain things. Believe me, I know. So this is how most men wish women would act with other men when they are in a relationship with them, so that they wouldn't feel threatened. And the man's not going to tell you that he feels insecure, or, well, he probably will tell you, like, hey, I don't like that dude. I feel like he's up to something. And women cannot be that clueless. I know with most women that I've known and we've hung out and we have like um, chemistry and values similar, I will straight up tell them, like, yeah, I kind of got a little crush on you or something. I'm going to downplay it, but I didn't say it for nothing. I'm throwing it out there that I think you're great, and maybe we could do something. So, you know, now if that woman's in a relationship, I will keep those thoughts to myself. But however, I'm not going to keep hanging around her, and I'm not like every other guy. And not every guy will do this, but most guys, whether even if it's the nice guys or the simps or the players, if that woman is attractive or they are their type, they will just hang around, be their friend, maybe their best friend, learn everything that they can about her dislikes, and about what's going on in her relationship with her man. Some men will try to sabotage it. Other men will just lie in wait, waiting for the moment and stuff. That's why usually I am cautious of women that do have guy friends. But I have to admit, because of the women that I usually attract, and usually they are medium to highly attractive, that kind of comes with the territory. Thing is, though, if she's hanging out, then I'm going to be hanging out. Not immediately, and sometimes when we take like a split or something, uh, let's say she goes on girls' nights out, and actually I need to do a separate video with this. I usually am not as threatened as much because usually this gives me time to work on my project, to play my Xbox, to do other things that is enjoyable to me that she may not be into. That's why I often say it's better for a guy to get a woman that likes a lot of the same thing that he likes. That way y'all have more things to do together. Not that having like separation apart is a bad thing. I mean, time apart does make the heart fonder, but too much time apart plants seeds of either insecurity, jealousy, and you thinking they're doing things that they're not doing, or maybe they are, or maybe you are, and maybe you are worried about what they are doing. Anyway, I have a clip right here about I wish more women, if they are so in love with their man or something like that, would behave like this. And also, the guy, you treat this woman good too. So let's see.
You need to leave your girlfriend if she doesn't act like Zendaya. Zendaya has shown the world that when she's with a guy, she's only focused on him. She doesn't let guys touch her any kind of way. She doesn't even let guys got her upstairs. This is how a woman should give a man that she's with the confidence that she is only for him. Stop dealing with women who feel like you need to earn their loyalty without them bringing anything to the table. Yes, as a man, you're supposed to lead, provide, and protect, but it shouldn't be a tug of war with your woman in terms of her showing you that she's there for you. Your woman should give you all the confidence in the world that she's only for you. So if your girlfriend is not acting like that, leave her.
Okay, he says some other things in that video that may not apply to everybody's situation. Because look, I'm looking at him, and he's definitely a Tyrone. So he doesn't really have these types of problems. He's talking to the regular, normal guys out there that may be having certain types of problems. But I do, since I've had at least one or two women that were in love with me, at least at a certain point of time, I notice when they are really into you, now some negativity with that as well, but if they're really into you, then they don't really let any type of guy get into their space really. Now, even if they are a sweetheart type of woman, because still, you don't have to be nasty dismissing men, okay, for women out there. But however, though, if you want to do that, that will further enforce with him that, okay, she's definitely a keeper. I think some women need to understand that some men reflect back how you are being with them. I use myself as an example because I've dated women that are like highly flirtatious, Libras, but and it looks all innocent and fine, but most of the time something comes to that later, maybe years down the line or something. I'm not saying that you can't talk to another guy or even like laugh and have fun, but however, it should be a line there of where you cross. Because okay, I'll pick for example, there was a couple at a job, and she was very flirtatious, and he was flirtatious. But I remember Before he got into a relationship with her, he wasn't as flirtatious. But when he got in a relationship with her at work, and I guess that's why you should never date somebody at work, but she raised her flirtation a bit. And sometimes she would flirt with me. And I did like the attention, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, you got a boyfriend. I mean, he's going to feel a little uncomfortable with this. But the thing was, it was another woman that he would flirt with. And she would get so mad. And then I went to look at her like, really? As much as you be flirting with every other dude in here, and you gonna get mad because he's flirting at this one this one other woman that's giving him attention? I'm like, this is why that's a micro cheating thing, but this is why I think like flirting is just bad. Or at least don't flirt in front of the person. I mean, you shouldn't be doing it, period. But if you got that itch to flirt that bad, then flirt behind a back or flirt somewhere over there. But once again, this is why I'm never surprised when there's so much cheating going on. And as I say, women cheat about as much as men, except for they're more creative and smarter in doing it. And they don't always just sleep with the person, but they'll do things that if the guy was doing it, well, then she will get mad at him for doing the same thing that she is doing. See how that double standard stuff be going right there? And I used to pit up with that because I know an ex of mine, she had a lot of guy friends. Now, of course, though, she was in music, so that was her excuse, plausible deniability thing right there. But if I was to have a female friend in art or in video games or something, she would throw a fit about that. See? So, okay, don't be like me. Be better than me at that age. If she's going to have guy friends, then you have female friends. That's why I don't buy into that thing. Don't have female friends because sometimes you might have to level the playing field. Just saying. Anyway, I have an example here of a woman that, okay, some men may say that she's wrong in this, but I really don't see nothing wrong unless if she leaving something out. Let's take a look.
As I was leaving the gym today, this guy ran across the parking lot and was waving me down saying he had a question. And I usually know how that goes, right? He was just like, I was just wondering if you had a boyfriend. And I said, yes, I do. And then he's like, well, do you have an Instagram? And I was like, oh, I have a boyfriend, so there's no need for me to give you my social media. And he was just like, oh, I just thought you were very beautiful and I wanted to get to know you. I was like, thank you, but I do have a boyfriend. And I appreciate the fact that you took the time to give me a compliment. I strongly believe most people cheat or flirt with others because it's so easy to do that, especially when they're coming to you, right? And this person was very attractive. He was not ugly. He was very respectful. But I know that I have a partner and I can't be doing things that I wouldn't want him to do, right? I strongly believe that some people have a hard time being in a committed relationship because they feel like they're missing out in being single or they're missing out in doing single activities. But you have to be real with yourself. What is it that I'm looking for with this? If I give my number to this guy or if I give him my Instagram, what is it that I'm lacking in my own relationship that I'm looking outside of my own relationship? So these are questions that someone who's self-aware would be able to ask, but someone who's not at that level would definitely engage in those types of conversations, men or women.
Okay, I'm going to take it as she's telling the truth right here. Now, how many women would do that and not take his social media or give her social media if that guy was attractive as she say and respectful? Like, okay, a woman doesn't have to like totally like diss the dude, but as I say earlier, um this is why sometimes I think somewhat bitchy women are good in a way because when they are totally into their dude, they will straight curse a guy out that's trying to talk to them or something or totally snap on them. So In that way right there, those women are good. But like I said, you got to deal with other stuff when dealing with them. But that's a plus side with them that you don't have to worry about as much, as long as they are into you. Once they are not into you, then they'll start doing stuff behind your back. But when they are, they are. This woman right here, she's very attractive. I can't see her whole package, but um, definitely pretty face, long enough hair. Definitely would be my type. See, not, uh, really, I can't always say that a certain nationality is just my type. It's just that, the woman just has to look the part, has a certain style, and have a certain type of warm personality. And that woman can be Asian or white or whatever the case may be. For me, anyway. But I don't really see anything wrong with what this woman say right here. And hopefully she keeps that same type of energy. I wish more women was like this right here, because I never was with a woman that was like this. Either she was bitchy or either she was like flirtatious all over the place. So those are the only two types that I've met. Am I just attracting those type of women? Maybe so. But to men out here, you don't have to take a woman totally disrespecting you, stacking a roster behind your back or something. This is why I believe a lot of women are okay when they just break up with like a guy, because they have men in the slot position. Men that are players, they have their roster until they are forced to give it up to a woman that forces them to commit. But on the other side, it seems like women just keep stocking dudes for like purposes or something. And obviously, I guess it's the different categories that they put them in. But anyway, this is it right now. I want this to be a short one. I have a major video that I'm going to be doing soon. I forgot to say this earlier, but if you're still here, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you very much to the guys that have subscribed to me, both the men and the women, even though I'm pretty sure it's mostly guys that's subscribing to me. But remember, over here, I try to be fair and not do that thing of just it's always the women's fault, because sometimes it's our fault, because either we put up with it or either we chose a certain type of woman and we stay with them. The thing is, though, if you have kids with them, then you cannot easily leave them be. You have to always deal with them. This is why I'm kind of saying don't have kids. Anyway, have a good day. God bless.
You've been a guy for 10 years and this new guy comes in 10 days. That doesn't match. It doesn't equate. So you're saying, well, he makes me feel beautiful, but the guy's been with you 10 years. He's been cleaning up after you, paying for you. So you're comparing the old guy to the new guy. That's why you feel the butterflies. But I'll tell you right now, new guy, 10 years down the line, he's going to treat you the same way 10 years did. They don't want to hear that because they can't think that far. If you've been a guy for 10 years,